Hey spooky pookies, it's Domino, and today we will be talking about Little Misfortune. This video will contain spoilers, so if you have not played the game, please click out of the video. Little Misfortune hides something unsettling in plain sight. Everyone knows Little Misfortune is an unsettling game, but there are some parts that have stood out to me even for years after playing it. First, I will be talking about Misfortune's innocence. To me personally, Morgo was not the scariest part of this game. The game allows you to see the world through a child who doesn't understand how broken everything around her is. She talks about abuse, death, and neglect like it is completely normal. The game isn't trying to scare you with jump scares or gore, it just shows you how the world looks through a child's eyes. Little Misfortune's innocence creates a level of optimism that is seen in children. She seems to interpret the horrors around her in an optimistic point of view. We are shown this throughout the game when she uses her glitter to make the objects look better in her own mind.
Oh, dead rabbits again? When will Daddy learn to like them alive? Mommy, this smells really bad. What is it?
Dead animals. That's what it is.
Yikes forever. Yay! Happiness to the soup!
Misfortune doesn't seem to understand the darker things happening around her since she is just a child. One of the early examples we see in the game is when she sees her mother's alcoholism as her just being a juice drinker.
Cigarettes in here.
Yeah, that's my mommy. She also likes to drink juice a lot.
Misfortune has a deep level of trust in adults in her life. She seems to believe they want what is best for her. Misfortune doesn't seem to understand the darker things happening around her since she is just a child. Her innocence also gives her the desire to want to make people around her happy, especially her mother. When Morgo promises her eternal happiness if she wins the game, her first thought is to give it to her mother. Ultimately, her innocence is what led her to fall into Morgo's game. We are shown throughout the game that children are the only victims of Morgo, so as far as we know, he preys only on innocent souls. Now I will be talking about something that I haven't seen in many videos about this game, and that is the illusion of choice. Throughout the game, Morgo is constantly manipulating Misfortune due to her innocence. Morgo encourages her to make decisions that no matter what have a negative outcome. Something I find very interesting about Morgo is that he doesn't force her, he gives her choices. Morgo doesn't really give Misfortune commands, he asks questions and then gives her options for her to decide. The options presented seem harmless, but as the player we try to decide what we think is best, only to later realize that the decisions we choose have a negative outcome. Every outcome benefits Morgo. At first I thought Morgo respected her choices, then I realized he actually never gives her a good option. Every path moves her closer to where he wants her to be. And I know you're thinking, what do you mean where he wants her to be? Since Morgo is asking her questions and giving her options, on the surface it makes it seem like he's respecting her autonomy. But then we realize that she's only 8 years old. She doesn't have the maturity, life experience, or context to understand the consequences of those choices. So while Morgo can later imply, well, you chose it, the reality is that he engineered the situation from the start. I thought it was such an amazing detail that the creators of this game added, because this is something that happens in real life as well. Manipulative people often avoid direct commands because it allows them to deny responsibility. They present carefully controlled options that all benefit them, making the other person feel responsible for the outcome. This honestly makes Morgo even seem like a kind person in the beginning, trying to give her the option to choose. Little Misfortune doesn't have the ability to understand what she's agreeing to, and Morgo keeps his hands clean while making it feel like Misfortune is responsible for what happens. This also ties into Misfortune being innocent. She assumes that adults are telling the truth, she wants to make people happy, and Morgo weaponizes those qualities against her. The illusion of choice lets Morgo hide his manipulation behind her innocent. In the previous chapter, I discussed how every choice made by Misfortune pushed her closer to what Morgo wanted, and in this chapter, I will try to explain as best as I can what I meant by that. What Morgo wants from Misfortune is her soul, and in order to do that, he must corrupt her soul. Morgo's ultimate goal is to take away Misfortune's soul, and in order to do that, he must corrupt it first. We see him try to corrupt her innocence by exposing her to things that no child should be exposed to, and that is something that I found very unsettling throughout this game. The more I played, the more I realized Morgo isn't just leading Misfortune through a dark world, he's slowly involving her in it. Every choice he gives her seems innocent on the surface, but the outcome almost always pulls her further away from the innocence she still has. The tragedy is that Misfortune never realizes it's happening.
No, wait. It looks like he hung himself.
Hang himself like a piñata? Should I hit him like a piñata?
No, Misfortune. He's dead.
Dead? But he's wearing a pair of sweet boots. He can't be dead.
As the player, you're encouraged to make these choices too. You know something feels off, but you keep going because that's how the game progresses. In a way, you're put in the same position as Misfortune, trusting the voice that's leading you forward. By the end, the player realizes none of it was truly her fault, even though the game often makes it feel like it was. Benjamin's resistance. Morgo is corruption and Benjamin the Fox is resistance. Before I get into the core of this chapter, I want to dive into the symbolism of foxes in literature and media. Foxes are excellent at outsmarting their foes. In some Asian countries, foxes are powerful spiritual beings, and in the game we are shown that Benjamin is a spirit guide. They are symbols of intelligence and rebellion. In this game, we learn that Benjamin is a protector, as well as resistance. He is the opposition to Morgo. Benjamin watches from the distance, leaves clues, and tries to get Misfortune's attention. We also notice that he doesn't directly influence these lost souls, he just helps as a guide. Instead, Benjamin seems to communicate through something much quieter: the dolls. The notes attached with the dolls are subliminal messages. The dolls do feel strange, but the moment that really caught my attention wasn't finding the dolls, it was Morgo asking Misfortune about them. If these dolls meant nothing, why does Morgo care about Misfortune finding them? Now, what are these dolls? I tried to do some research, and no, they are not voodoo dolls. I know that for a fact. Don't ask why. But the one that resembled the one in the game is called, I'm going to put it on the screen because I do not want to mispronounce this. It's used to ward against evil, but it can also be used in dark rituals, but this is not the case in Little Misfortune. Morgo continues to manipulate Misfortune through conversations and false choices. Benjamin can't compete the same, so he leaves small pieces of the truth behind, hoping she'll discover them. It is the perfect balance of good versus bad and light versus evil. Morgo and Benjamin are complete opposites. Morgo tries to paint Benjamin as evil and tries to persuade Misfortune that Benjamin shouldn't be trusted and that he stole the eternal happiness, which we know is not true. One demands trust in a manipulative way, and the other hopes you'll notice the signs and be guided. We learn that Benjamin is a guide to Center City, which is where souls can lay to rest, so his ultimate goal is to guide Misfortune's soul to rest. The part that left me feeling unsettled was the fact that we find out Misfortune has been dead all along, which means we just experienced a battle for her soul. When I finished Little Misfortune, I wasn't unsettled because of Morgo, but because of what we just experienced. I think the game is much darker than we actually think. I was thinking of Misfortune herself, an 8-year-old girl who has passed at the hands of her own father. Then her soul was used as a doll by a demon to corrupt her. Morgo gave her choices that were never in good faith, exposed her to things that no child should have to understand. She passed away thinking she was a misfortune for her mother. The cutscene where her mother seems at peace is beautiful because she recognized Misfortune lived a life that no child deserved and is now in a better place. And this cutscene is only shown when you light up all the crystals at the end of the game. This is what stuck with me and left a huge impact on me. That was to me the most disturbing. The horror isn't the demon, but the horror is the child's soul being played with. The best horror games don't scare you because they're loud or because of the jump scares, not because of the demons or the gore. They stay with you because they make you think long after they're over. Little Misfortune did exactly that for me, because it made me wonder how easily innocence can be used for evil when it trusts the wrong voice. If you guys watched this entire video, I just want to say thank you. I do not have a microphone yet, but I will have to buy one because the noise here is crazy and I don't like how this computer records audio. But anyway, this was my interpretation and a little bit of the things that stuck with me after playing this game, even though it's been years. These are just elements that stuck with me the most. I find anything that involves children in a horror game very disturbing because to me, children are innocent and to me they are sacred beings. It might have not impacted you as much as it impacted me, and there are a few things that I left out, and you guys can leave it in the comments below, whatever was the most striking to you guys. But I genuinely think that this game doesn't get the credit that it deserves because it is honestly much more unsettling than we think. Anyways, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!